Several departments respond to a house fire in Roscoe. What we know about the incident so far.
Plus, the latest on a proposed split of some Illinois counties, what one Border Commission member says about the possible merging with Indiana.
And NIU releases its enrollment for the start of the fall semester. How an RPS 205 program could be adding to the numbers.
Live from WTVO 17. This is Eyewitness News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Wendell Edwards. We thank you for being here.
Tonight at 5, first responders work to put out a house fire in Roscoe.
Fire crews are called to a home on Riverview Trail at around 2 this afternoon. Several fire departments responded. Heavy smoke and fire could be seen coming from the roof. The living room and parts of the garage sustained heavy damage. A witness tells us they did see at least one person carried on a stretcher and treated for smoke inhalation. No word on fire officials on what caused this fire. And as of 4 this afternoon, crews were still on the scene. We'll update you with any more details as soon as we get them.
We have an update on a deadly shooting outside a Rockford gas station Sunday night. The Winnebago County Coroner's Office has identified the victim as 21-year-old Isaiah Locke. Officials say Locke was shot sitting in his car outside the Stop and Go on Charles Street. He was pronounced dead shortly after. Police arrested LaDavian Crawford and Madison Shackelford. They're both charged with first-degree murder. They're in the Winnebago County Jail tonight.
Tonight at 5, police are investigating a crash that left one person with life-threatening injuries. That crash happened around the intersection of 173 and Mitchell Road around 3:30 this morning, perhaps while you were sleeping. Westbound traffic was closed there for a while as officials cleared the scene. It has since reopened. We're still working to learn more details about what caused the crash.
The State Line Police Department gets new gear for one of its officers. Dixon Police shared this photo of K9 Vesic on Facebook. The department received a bullet and stab protective vest from the group Vested Interest in Canines. The nonprofit has provided over 6,000 vests to canines across the country. Vesic's vest is dedicated in memory of all the canine officers who served and sacrificed last year.
Seems like construction season keeps going. Another construction project is now underway in the state line, this time in Ogle County. Work on Illinois Route 26 began today. It runs from Willow Street in Forreston to Hillside Drive in Polo. Crews are milling and resurfacing the road there. Drivers can expect daily lane closures and flaggers directing traffic. The more than $5 million project is expected to be completed by July.
A push to have parts of Illinois join the state of Indiana is seeing new momentum. In 2020, several counties passed non-binding referendums to see Cook County split from the rest of Illinois. In the 5 years since, over 30 Illinois counties have passed similar referendums. And this past year, Illinois and Indiana's legislatures introduced bills to form a commission to discuss the split. Illinois' bill never got off the ground, but it was a different story in Indiana. There, a state boundary commission has been formed, and commissioners plan to meet soon.
We understand it's an extreme long shot, but Indiana House, Illinois House, and then it has to be ratified by United States Congress. So there's a long road ahead if this thing is going to happen, but this is the first step, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
That Indiana commission will hold its first meeting next month.
The highest court in Illinois has a new Chief Justice. The Illinois Supreme Court selected Justice P. Scott Neville, Jr. as the state's 123rd Chief Justice. He's succeeding Chief Justice Mary Jane Tice, who served in the role since 2022. Justice Neville, who has been part of the Illinois Supreme Court since 2018, has previously served as a Cook County Circuit Court judge and an appellate court justice. He will begin his 3-year term in October.
Northern Illinois University has more students on campus this year. The university is reporting an over 4% increase in total enrollment for the start of the fall semester, compared to last year, with an increase of over 660 students. NIU credited the increase to factors such as the Rockford Promise Scholarship Program. Total enrollment is just over 16,000 this fall, with over 2,400 new freshmen. That's the second largest freshman class in a decade. 54% of new freshmen are first-generation college students, and over 1,600 students are new transfers.
A new cook-off is coming to the Forest City next month. The Rockford City Market announced its new Rockford Chili Bowl event today. The event will bring together several local restaurants and chefs and members of the community. Guests will be able to enjoy a variety of styles and can vote for the People's Choice Award. There will also be a Judge's Choice Award selected by, obviously, a panel of judges. The Chili Bowl will be on October 18th, starting at 11 a.m. at the City Market Pavilion. A portion of the money raised will go towards Carpenter's Place.
A local theater group works to have a place they can call home.
When we come back, we'll hear from those with Peck Playhouse and the grant money they were able to get.
And coming up tonight at 6, Illinois doesn't have the metrics to track if its prison system is successful. The state's blaming the issue on a computer error that's taken years to fix.
A comfortable afternoon with temperatures in the 70s today, but we're soon set to see the heat return. Find out how many days those numbers could be in the 80s and even close to 90. Coming up here in the first warm forecast a little later.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team, with Mimi Murphy, Wendell Edwards, Sports Director Scott Leber, and Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
The Peck Playhouse Theater is getting close to being able to renovate and add to its own playhouse. It's thanks to the help of the community as well as 2 much-needed grants.
Eyewitness News reporter Tyler Sorensen talked with the Peck Playhouse board member today. Tyler, what did he have to say?
Yeah, Mimi, Wendell, he said the theater is ecstatic for the grants as the money helps the Playhouse get ever so close to its $1.5 million goal. Now, both grants combined give the theater $170,000, helping Peck Playhouse renovate and expand its current building to become a full-blown theater, allowing the theater to officially have a place it can call home, as it's been forced to use different venues for performances for a few years now.
We're doing shows right now at the local churches, and we're so thankful that they've been able to provide that for us. But it's not the same as having, a facility. I mean, we literally come in here and we take the flats and we go over and create a stage. We have to haul them over there, all the lighting, all the sound. So it's a lot of work. We're very excited about being able to get back and have theater again.
Until then, the show must go on as the theater is holding auditions for later this month for Uh-Oh, Here Comes Christmas, an upcoming production. Wendell.
Love that play. Thank you very much, Tyler. A nonprofit based here in Rockford announcing it's also the recipient of grant funds.
The International Women's Baseball Center was given a $2 million grant from the Stephen and Alexandra Cohen Foundation. Stephen Cohen is the owner of the New York Mets baseball team. The Amazin' Mets Foundation has made a $350,000 donation of its own. The center says it will use this money to fund renovations at Bayer Stadium, something organizers say they've been working towards for about a decade.
In some ways, it feels to me like I've been doing this for about 50 years, but in reality, we've come a long way in that 10 years, and we've made changes. We've continued to have tournaments and workshops and make changes and upgrades to Bayer, but this is the thing we needed.
Renovations are the first part of a multi-phase project. The entire project is expected to be completed by 2030. Temperatures continue to warm up here in the state line.
When we come back, Chief Meteorologist Candace King lets us know what the rest of the week could look like. Her full forecast is coming up.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
It's still pretty comfortable out there late this afternoon and evening. Temperatures today made it into the mid and even upper 70s here for us this afternoon. As we look at our numbers now, we're at 75 currently in Rockford, 72 in Rochelle, 74 in Dixon, and 75 out in Sterling. Our winds, they are light here, which has been fairly comfortable, and the winds will stay light as we go through the night tonight. We look from north, south, east, west. We've got some higher level clouds moving in thanks to a storm system that sits there back out to the west of us. That is really not going to impact us here throughout this evening. We've been pretty dry over the last several hours, but you can see some rain and even a couple rumbles of thunder there out to our northwest, moving into northern Wisconsin. That low pressure system does slowly meander its way closer to us here through the night, but it encounters quite a bit of dry air. So with that, we're not going to see much in the way of precipitation here as we go through this evening, just a gradual increase in cloud cover. Now you can see some of those showers moving to the north north there in Wisconsin. As we go through the night and into tomorrow, we might see a slow increase in some of that moisture, which could lead to a sprinkle or two. But any meaningful rainfall, we're not expecting that throughout the day. A little more sun cloud mix through the afternoon tomorrow, likely to keep our temperatures in the upper 70s. But if we manage to see a little more sunshine, I think there could be some spots that reach the low 80s for tomorrow. Still pretty comfortable though, so you don't have to worry about the return of any humidity, at least for tomorrow. We'll dry things out again as we head into Thursday. Likely we'll develop a lake breeze coming in off of Lake Michigan. Minimal impacts for us, maybe just some cumulus clouds there out to the east. We'll maintain those dry conditions again through Thursday night and through most of Friday, but late Friday night we get a return and a push of some warm air, which could lead to a light shower or two heading into the overnight hours. Now I want to talk a little bit about this jet stream pattern that we've got going on. So we've got this blocking pattern that'll be taking place, which is a complete flip from what we've had here as of late, really the last 3 weeks or so, as we've been dealing with below average temperatures, and in some cases a good 10-15 degrees or so below average. But with this pattern flip, and we've got this blocking pattern, you can really see this ridge of high pressure that develops over the central part of the country and pushes north into Canada. With that, that also draws up a lot of that warmth and brings our temperatures up. So well above average numbers expected here as we go throughout not only this week but also into the weekend. Now, how fast this ridge breaks down will determine how fast we see these temperatures drop, or at least cool off just a bit, relatively speaking. But if this blocking pattern holds and we don't get much in the way of any low pressure system or cold front for that matter to try to work in there along that northeasterly flow, it keeps us on the warmer side of things. So when we look at our outlook here from the Climate Prediction Center and the likelihood of us reaching those above average temperatures, we've got a high probability there through the middle of the month, and that could even take us beyond that through the end. Now, the downfall with this is there isn't much of an opportunity to really get much precipitation, so we'll stay more dry as that wet weather stays out to the west of us. So not really looking at a high probability for those above average precipitation chances. So from 53 tonight, we're up to 79 tomorrow, 82 on Thursday, most of Friday looking dry and warm, 86. We will get those temperatures to climb there. Good news, we're not dealing with a lot of that humidity, so that is a plus. With some of that warmth, we might see some showers and perhaps a thunderstorm there late in the day on Saturday.
Thank you, Candace.
Scott's next with sports.
He'll join us live from Beloit, where the Sky Carp are getting ready for the playoffs.
Now sports with sports director Scott Lever.
We have playoff baseball here tonight in Beloit. The Sky Carp will be hosting the Cedar Rapids Colonels in a divisional round playoff series. The Colonels were the first half division champions in the West Division. The Beloit Sky Carp were the second half division champions. The rosters for these two teams, though, have undergone tremendous turnover during the course of this season. These two teams are almost completely different from what they were in the first half. Most of those players were promoted to Double-A ball. The Sky Carp starting pitcher tonight, in fact, Aiden May, was just assigned to the Sky Carp today by the Marlins from their low Class A team in Jupiter, Florida. So May is making his Sky Carp debut tonight. This is a best-of-3 short series, so the next two games, if needed, will be played in Cedar Rapids. The winner will be advancing to the championship series next week. This is the first time a Beloit team has been in the playoffs since 2018. Game time tonight will be at 6:05. Meanwhile, the Cubs are hoping that Cade Horton will be their stopper tonight. He'll be out to stop a 3-game losing streak in Atlanta against the Braves. The White Sox will be hosting the Rays. This Bears season already starting to feel like so many other Bears seasons already. Fans came away frustrated last night with the Bears letting a 17-6 lead slip away in the fourth quarter in a loss to the Vikings. The Bears committed 12 penalties, and Caleb Williams misfired in the second half, and he held the ball too long in some instances, the same mistakes he made last year. Ben Johnson still has a lot of work to do with Williams and this team.
Have a 17-6 lead and then see it go the way it did there in the fourth quarter. We said going into week one that the team that would make the least number of mistakes would win the game, and unfortunately we were on the wrong side of that.
It's not a play call thing. It's not anything like that. It's just being able to go out there and execute the plays that are called. and be able to, execute them at a high level. And that's something that we take pride in. And, today that didn't happen.
Now the Bears have a short week to prepare for Sunday's game in Detroit. The Bulls are going to build around Josh Giddey. They've signed him to a 4-year contract worth $100 million. That's all guaranteed money. Giddey stuffed the stat book after the All-Star break last season. He averaged 21 points, 11 rebounds, and almost 10 assists per game. That's sports from Beloit. We'll be right back.
Before we go, some baby squirrels what are they called? Baby squirrels? Is there a name for them?
Squirrels.
I think so.
Let's call them
squirrels.
I was supposed to look this up and I forgot. But they've been reunited with their mother after being trapped inside a wall.
Yeah, construction crews accidentally sealed the squirrels in a wall at a barbershop in New Hampshire. When the owner of the barbershop noticed the problem, they did open up the wall and they called animal control to reunite the mother with her babies.
So they must have sealed it really quickly and then hurt them, because I'm glad that they caught it in time.
Yeah, poor little thing.
And that's very
Like, what
differently
the
for 'em.
heck?
Well, how'd
Yeah.
they find the mom, though?
Good question.
I mean,
Are these
Such
yours?
acquiring minds. I know. I don't know.
I have a lot of questions to this story. We need to do some research on this. How'd they find the mom?
They all lived happily ever
That's
after.
all that matters, I guess.
I'm sure the mom was looking for her baby.
Beginning
Yeah,
to
probably. She
I
was
would
probably
think.
hanging out.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So there you
Getting a
go.
haircut.
Yeah, could have been too. Everybody needs a haircut, human or creature, I
There you
suppose.
go.
I'm
All
getting
right.
one tomorrow.
Back to the weather.
Hey, there you go. I got one next week coming up.
Okay.
All right, let's talk temperatures. I mean, we could talk about when we've got appointments for hair.
Right.
I'm just waiting for them to go to the interactive radar. I think that's up there. There we go.
Yay.
Rockford, Glass, and more. Your skies are dry through the night tonight. We've got some cloud cover moving in. If you're going out, maybe you've got a haircut appointment. Maybe you're doing some barbecuing. I don't know. It should be pretty nice out there. A couple of sprinkles tomorrow morning. 79 for the afternoon. And then we've got some heat. The hair will be need to be pulled up through the end of the week. Temperatures are close to 90 there by Saturday. Ridge might start to break down just a little bit, so that could give us a small chance for some thunderstorms, but any one of those days, I mean, it doesn't look too promising, so overall, mostly dry through the weekend.
They're called pups.
Oh, hey, there
Baby
you go.
squirrels.
See you at 6.
Good night.